How's everyone doing today? Buckeye Blessed here. Got a new computer, so I'm testing this out. Seems like the camera's a little grainy, but we'll figure it out. One of the things I wanted to talk about was a lot of YouTubers and a lot of experts in the industry are coming up with their loadout kits. Everything that they wear, everything that they bear. I use something a little bit different. First of all, I want to thank John Lavelle for releasing his, I believe it was today, November 18th. Thank you. It was very interesting. Loved it. Still want to know what kind of helmet you were wearing, though. But the one thing that I can say that, and I use a lot of similar gear. I designed my own rifle, though, but, to each his own. But one thing I will say, and good on you, one thing we'll say is the radio and the Ear Pro, the setup of the radio, where civilians, we don't get all the fancy stuff the Special Forces get. So what I use is something a little more lightweight, a little more techno-savvy, and I don't know if it's better. It's just what I like, because I'm fat and lazy, and it means I don't have to carry as much. Yeah, that's never good, right? But for those of you who have heard of them, there was some little things going around about there being feedback, but I've never had a problem with it. And that's going to be Axle Ear Pro. It's Bluetooth, and what it is it's connected by a string. You got your controls here, and it goes behind your head, and I clip mine with the clip up onto my helmet. And so it's literally clipped up. It's in my ears, and this in the back is clipped up onto my helmet. So yeah, I've got a couple little wires sticking out, but it has sound reduction for the gunshots. It also has sound amplification. They're extremely lightweight. I don't have to worry about causing issues with clipping them or clipping them on. They're just comfortable, and I don't have to worry about it. So Axle Ear Pro is my big fat headrest stuff that, seems to do a good job. But I also only run a gun at the range and when I'm on operation, and I've never been in a firefight in operation. Thank God. It's all been gray man activity, or sitting back away from everything and just kind of observing. We've never had to actually fire shots and engage any enemy targets, so God forbid we ever get to that point. But I just wanted to give you a heads up on my Ear Pro. Now, radio, because my Ear Pro is Bluetooth, I do use the Retevis, and this is a very specific Retevis. And if I could remember which one it was, life would be a lot easier. But this is Retevis's Bluetooth model. And then I have the cable. What I do is I set this on my side. The cable wraps around on my back, and the antenna goes up onto the back of my vest. And what I do is on a MOLLE webbing on the back of my vest, first I take this off, and I'll do a full loadout kit as well, because I try and keep things very lightweight, and if that means I have to go technical, then I will. But I lace this up through my MOLLE webbing, and I fold it back down on the outside. And I'll put this as low down as possible so that when I want to release it, I can just go ahead and hit this little tab, and it'll pop up. So I try and keep it as very simple as possible, and it allows me to utilize a decent system. John, I noticed you had one of these too. Makes a big difference. So if you don't have one of these, you should, because it does make a big difference. Now, if I could get rid of the wire between these two, I would. But let's face it, that is one that I have not been able to figure out. Now, how do you program the radio? Because I'm sure you saw there's no buttons on this. So there's no sorry, I got a notification here. There's no buttons to program this sucker. So you have to download an app. And since it's Bluetooth, you have to be near a cell phone. Now, what do you do if cell phones go down? Well, Bluetooth is not a cellular or Wi-Fi based technology. It's actually a radio based technology. So you could actually use Bluetooth as long as you have access to a working cell phone. Now, I have several cell phones that are older models. They're still smartphones. They still have Bluetooth capability. And so I've reset them to factory settings. I do have the chips in them because I use Wi-Fi with them. So I'm going to download the apps, and a couple of them I already have. I'm going to download the apps, the ones I haven't, and I put the channels into the app that I want to program into my Bluetooth. I will have a spare laptop. I already have it. I'm going to set it aside, and I have a Faraday cage. And I'm going to set everything aside, all the cell phones and everything for the radios, all the radios, everything all together. And when or if the crap hits the fan, I will be equipped to have pre-programmed radios and to program other radios if necessary. I'll also be downloading Chirp. I've already got it on my other computer, but I'm going to download it on my new one. So I can program radios very quickly with my team's frequencies. Long story short, once I know what the frequencies are for my team, I'll be able to download those onto the radios just by plugging it in and click program. And it'll, within just a few seconds, program the radio. I'll unplug it, check it, make sure it works, good to go. Chirp is one of the best for it, but Retevis has their own app for programming Bluetooth radios. So you have to have that app. Now, will it work long term and crap hits the fan? I don't know. But I have backup Retevis radios that are not Bluetooth as well. So I've got both. Now, what do I use for that situation? I use the clear plastic piece that goes in my ear. I have the big button here. And I have the mic that goes on my vest. And then I have the cable that goes to the wire or antenna, and it all fits together. Do I have EarPro? Not like John does. I like my Axel. Can they go down? Yes. Will I be getting backup EarPro? Yeah. I do have shooting earmuffs as well. So I can use those, electronic hearing protection or whatnot. And with the earbud, I'll have radio communication, but still, you should always have backups. I have multiple sets of these, multiple cell phones, backup computers. It's all just old stuff we don't use anymore. Technology that we've updated. Couple of cell phones that were actually given to me. So that's how I do it. How you guys decide to do your radios and EarPro is up to you. But I will be getting equipped to be able to program multiple different types of radios. So that being said, thanks for tuning in. This is Buckeye Blessed, and I hope that gave you guys some alternatives to the thousands of dollars these guys are spending. My radios are about $80 a piece at most, depending on where you get them. Antennas are around $20 a piece, and the cables are around $10. So, and then the actual EarPro you can get for $120 all the way up to $300 or so. So take it for what it's worth. That's my personal opinion. Remember, if you use it, you have to charge it. To keep it safe, have spare, have backup. But again, thanks for tuning in. You all have a blessed one. Bye now.